Okay, VW Pro, round one of Eliminations coming your way next. Hazel Carter. In the Kestrel lane, 12:49. Very, 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 very quick. That standard looking Golf. Taking on Paul Walkyate. Back to Darling Racing. Well, Hazel gets the green first, followed by Paul. Hazel is out in front. And Hazel takes the win light as well. Paul Walkyate actually broke out. And that was the only way he was going to win that race as well, because Hazel was much quicker on the tree. Okay, Luke Stevenson with thanks to RTMG. Street races and 32 racing wheels as well with the Don. Running the low 12s, went 12.14 best over the last day or so. Ideally looking for 11.99. Really wants to get the car. It's a really good looking launch as well, you never know. 12 one of the best so far. Will it be an 11? It is. It's an 11.98 to 115 miles an hour. Well, they don't really care they broke out, obviously. He did it. James Gould, Chris Waterhouse, your next pair. A couple of the quicker cars in the class. James Gould with the... It isn't altered. It just looks like a bare funny car chassis, but it does have some body panels on it somewhere. Honest. Against Chris Waterhouse with the Audi. Well, James Gould is out in front, but not now. Not at the crucial moment either. Chris Waterhouse takes it with a 9.68 to 65. He was slower off the line, but better on his dial-in. That was a great race, actually. Only 0.7 over the stripe. Well, they're already neck and neck at half track. Phil Blogg moves in front. Will he back off enough? The answer is no. Unbelievably, Abby Tether takes the win. 12.79 on a 78. That was the only way she was going to win that. She was 2 tenths slower in reaction time, but much better on her dial-in. Phil Blogg completely backed off through the finish line. Only ran 99 miles an hour. Abby Tether moves to round 2. Jake Fronda, Stu Hodgson. Well, Jake's going to get there first and not break out. Unfortunately, the issues for Stu Hodgson off the start line. And the car looked like it wanted to go a couple of times, but ultimately just didn't get there in time. Well, blazes the tyres instantly for Sam. Yeah, brake lights on before the finish line. That's his slowest run of the weekend, but it doesn't matter. He's on. He's through into round 2. So James Hodgson, by virtue of being number 1 qualifier, gets the bye run. Still goes for it anyway, looking for 10.95. It was 10.85. Okay, Carl Goldsmith taking on Rob Carter with Percy the Passat. Now, Rob Carter's dialing is 8 flat. Either they have fixed the turbos or they're just really hoping the air's seriously good. Carl Goldsmith does 12.85. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Rob Carter builds up the boost or not, as the case may be. In case you're wondering, to be in VW Pro, it just has to have a VW engine or be a VW Volkswagen Audi Group body. That's obviously got a Chevy in it. Still going to be fun for Carl Goldsmith, though, going up against Rob. That sounds very much like Rob Carter's got his turbos fixed. But I don't think he's going to catch Carl Goldsmith, and it doesn't matter either because he went red. Carl Goldsmith takes the round win, 13.55. Good to see Rob Carter, though, hopefully back at full power. Okay, Kaz Waterhouse and Tom Webb. Kaz with the menopause TT, Thomas with Jimmy the Golf. The TT will be let loose first. Well, Tom Webb's got there. And he didn't break out. Nice job. Well done. A couple of tenths reaction time advantage didn't hurt either. Okay, Paul Robinson, Steve Metcalf. Paul Robinson was your champ in VW Sportsman last year with another one of those Audi TTs. He's in the Kestrel Lane, and Steve Metcalf with the Baja Bug is going to be going first by almost a second. Steve Metcalf it is that takes the win by the lesser of the two breakouts. Both of them went around about a tenth too quick, but it was Phil that was the closest. Okay, Phil Jones and Nigel Gregg. Nigel was your number 1 qualifier. He's in the Slick Tricks lane with the Audi A6. Could we have Comp Eliminator into the pairing lanes for round number 1, please? Comp Eliminator into the lanes for round 1, please. Thank you. Well, virtually nothing in it on the dial-ins, which means they're going to be looking at each other going pretty much all the way up. Number 1 qualifier goes home in round 1. Phil Jones takes it. Win margin 008. Goodness me. That was close. Okay, Linda Thomas and Danny Bean. Linda with the Audi TT in what seems to be the Audi TT lane this morning. Danny Bean with the Lupo. John Crawford 16.30 and a 16 flat for Reese. John Crawford braking at the top end. Perfectly judged, sir. 16.43 on a 30. And a couple of tenths off the line. Didn't hurt either. George Miller and Lowry Angelo. George, again, with an Audi TT in what is fast becoming the Audi TT lane. And Lowry with a 14 flat. 14.41 for George. Well, I'm not going to say out loud what happened, just in case radio's in the car. Yeah, as long as George doesn't break out, which he doesn't. 15.85. I think Larry's car might have jumped out of gear by the looks of that. It just sort of moved and didn't, basically. Okay, so this race between Tom Circuit and Olivia, thank you very much indeed for the note this morning, John. To say when Tom and Olivia race, it's not only them as a couple racing, it's a key race for the Haribo Cup, because if Olivia puts Tom out, because Tom won the last event in the Lupo, a big pack of Haribo is going in the direction of the Passat gang, as you will now be known, by the way. Or the Passat Posse, actually. That's got a much better ring to it. So for the pack of Haribo, go Olivia, go. Well, she is closing him down, but is it enough for a bag of sweets? The answer is nope. She broke out by 0.2 of a second, actually. Tom was the right side of the number to 10th, the right side of the number 2. So Tom, well, obviously Haribos are not enough of a incentive. Okay, John Gallant, thank you very much indeed again for the message, John. Much appreciated. In the Kestrel Lane, 15.25 is what he dials this morning against Steve Stone. John goes red by 0.15. I mean, that's the teeniest, weeniest type red you can do. But unfortunately, they all still count. Red light for John Gallant. Steve Stone moves on to round 2 no matter what comes up on the scoreboard at the finish line, because the wind light's already on in his lane. Ooh, way too quick, but... Polly Judge in an Audi TT, and guess which lane it's in? The same one as every other Audi TT that has been racing this morning. Taking on Jordan Clark with the Thunderbug. Well, Polly is off and running. Can Jordan clutch her? And can she be caught by the bug? I think Jordan's got there. And he's also got the win light as well. Polly much closer to a dial-in. I don't want to say this out loud in case I get a clip around here, but yeah. No, don't say it. All right, fair enough. That will go down as a whole shot win, though. But well done to Mr. Clark. Poppy Hunter, Justin Foley. Okay, a couple more pairs to go. And Sportsman ET round number 1. He's just behind the tower. That's a super close race. And it is a 53 on a 50 for Justin that takes it over Poppy. They were almost dead even off the line as well, but Poppy Hunter broke out. Okay, Lorraine Large. With the ever-changing dial-in board of doom. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, 15.25. I'm sure it gives Lorraine great confidence you bringing into stage shrugging all the time. I really am. 15.25 in the Kestrel lane against Nigel Gregson. Well, the nurse has done her job at this end of the racetrack. Can she do it at the other end too? The answer is yeah. Well, nowhere near on the dial-in, but the driver saved you. A 0.2 light, that was, to a 0.55. Jason Ainslow, Jerry Sadler, your next pair. Jason, with a big Skoda. 16.40. And this is the last pair in VW Sportsman before we move into Sportsman ET. Both away on the green. That's super close. It's going to be Jerry. Both broke out, but Jason's was the bigger of the two breakouts, and by hardly anything as well. Seriously, virtually nothing. Just a couple of thousandths, that was.